Hey guys, welcome to another video for Bark Industry. So today is going to be our very first video about our very first topic. So a lot of people ask us, do you guys have pet insurance? Do you guys have a savings account on the side? And we're going to answer that for you today. There are two ways to think about this. So you can go the pet insurance route, or you can just put a little bit of money aside. Now we always recommend to have something, whether that's a pet insurance or that little something aside in your checking or savings account. You're gonna need that. Just trust us on it. Things can get very, very expensive, and having that little nest egg is always nice to have, regardless of the situation, okay? Now we're not here to sell you pet insurance by any means. What we're here to tell you is that there are benefits to having pet insurance, especially in our case. Now, if you own a pug, if you own a French bulldog, English bulldog, anything that has a fairly flat nose, you will know that they tend to have some pretty severe health issues. So allergies, they can have hip dysplasia, they can have, spine issues, they can have all sorts of things. And those things can be very, very costly because oftentimes it will involve surgery. Now, surgery can go up as high as $10,000, and I've heard of even more expensive surgeries. And it's not to scare you, it's just to show you the reality of how expensive vet bills can really get. Now let's break that down for you before we tell you, which way to go and why you should go either way. A vet bill can start from, I'd say, $75 to about $100 just for the basic visit. So you're going in there and you just want to get your dogs checked out, and that's fine. That costs you typically $75 to $100 Canadian. That's where I'm from. In the US, it might vary, so keep that in mind as well. And then from there, if you have to get shots, if you have to get, medicine, if you have to get long-term medicine, for example, and sometimes even specialized medicine, that obviously will go up as you go along. And after that, you're gonna see more expensive bills. So if you have to go through surgery, if you have to get allergy testing done, if you have to go for x-rays, all of those things can add up very, very quickly, and it's not cheap. You're looking at anywhere from $500 for basic, say, teeth cleaning, all the way up to several thousands of dollars for surgery. Now, if they have something more severe like cancer, for example, then cancer surgery, even like just a biopsy or anything like that, can lead to thousands and thousands of dollars. So just keep that in mind before you get a pet, okay? Now, what do you want to get? What should you get? I'm not going to tell you what you should get. This is what we are doing with Tony, and we're just going to share what we think about our decision with you. You can make up your own mind, okay? So we have a little bit of both. We have both the pet insurance and we have a savings account. So the savings account is great. So we put a little bit of money aside every month. So I think we put about $50 per paycheck. So that comes up to about $100 a month into that fund for him. And thankfully, knock on wood, we haven't had to use a good chunk of it just quite yet, but it's nice to have that little nest egg for sure. And then we have our pet insurance. Now, who do we go through? In Canada, we use a company called Trupanion. Now, disclaimer, they're not paying us to say anything. This is based on our own research. So before we got Tony, we did about 6 months to about 8 months worth of research. We asked anybody out there, everybody, I mean everybody. We asked vets, we asked vet techs, we asked anybody who had dogs, we asked, people who did surgeries, like specialties, like you name it. We did everything. We wanted to be super, super informed before making a decision. Now, we went with Trupanion because from what we heard, they tend to pay out the quickest. To me, that's very important because just like many of you guys, I don't make a whole ton of money, and it's important for me to get that money back very quickly. And they also cover for, I believe, up to 90%. So that's going to depend on your policy, so make sure you double check that, so don't take my word for it. Now, how much do we spend on pet insurance? We spend approximately $70 a month, and we understand that's going to go up as well. Now, what you spend per month is going to widely range between, the age of the pup that you get, when you get the insurance for the pup, and of course the type of puppy that you get. And if you guys know Frenchies, Frenchies unfortunately are littered with health issues, and you know, it breaks my heart, but unfortunately that's the truth. But we fell in love with Tony and we made the decision, right? So Tony, we spend about $70 a month on him, and we understand that's going to go up as his age goes along as well. But we also understand that should he need or go through surgery, that's going to be several thousands of dollars that I simply do not have. I don't even have that on my credit card when it's fully empty. And you know, it's one of those things, right? You have to really think about those things. You don't want to, but you have to. It's so that you can be there when they need you the most, because you're there for them and they're there for you, right? So what's the final thought on that? It's really up to you. Do your research. If you want to take a look at what our company does, which is called Trupanion.com, I think that's what the website is. I'll put the link right in the description below for you guys. Take a look. They have a calculator for you, and you can take a look and see how much it will cost for the breed and how old they are based on, you know, all those criterias. And then you can even call them and ask for additional information. But I also highly recommend that you put some money aside too. Having a little savings account is great. Little nest egg is fantastic for those quick things that you need to do. For example, when we take Tony out for his shots, so rabies, parvo, all those things as a puppy, that money just came out right from the account, and that was it. And thankfully he hasn't had any severe health issues, and that's just great to have as well. Now should something, you know, knock on wood again, more severe happen, and we do have something in the bank that's a little bit more healthy, that's great, because now I can just take that money, pay for it, and then that doesn't come out of our daily expenses or monthly expenses, right? And then when the insurance company pays me back, then we could just put that money back into that account and it's right there again, minus the 10% or whatever they charge. So that's our thoughts on it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, let us know. Don't forget, we have a private Facebook group. Join us, find out all the cool things, get resources for your puppy, and you know, we'll be glad to help you out in any way, shape, or form. Like I said before, we're here to be a community to help each other out. Don't forget to check out our website as well at barkitindustry.com, and follow Tony on Instagram, of course, to see his daily nonsense at Tony Bark the Frenchie. Cheers.